I'm Courtney, a Stampin' Up demonstrator from Australia. Thank you for joining me today to see how I made this scrapbook page. I've used the rectangular dies to cut out my gorgeous guys, and I've used the beautifully penned designer series paper for this page. So I did this video a little bit differently, and it's really thrown me for a curveball because I thought, oh great, I'll do these wonderful transitions and show you how I've done everything, and now it's very difficult to voice over it. So I'll talk some key points. These are alcohol markers, our Stampin' Blends. I've been using these for some techniques because they're fun. Colour in the colours that you want, spritz it with some alcohol, and boom, that's what you're going to get. I needed to bring in some colour from the black and white. I've got a shaded spruce background and I wanted to bring in some colour because the boys' vests were actually a dark green colour. It's my favourite. This is how I lay all my big pieces of paper on top of each other, just so that I make sure I can get straight lines. I don't like it when things are crooked, and I don't like you have to force it up otherwise. That was my initial plan in that order. Let me tell you, it changes. So I decided to add some stamping down the side. I used the Very Versailles stamp because I do love it. I used it for stamping down the side. I pulled out a dauber. I've gone around and sponged all around the outsides with that dauber on all pieces. I then trimmed them all up and did a few things with them. And what you'll note is that floral piece, I end up ditching it. Once my alcohol washed piece of vellum was dry, I got a bit creative with the text from the Very Versailles, my second favourite stamp, and had to play with that. It gave a nice effect actually. I thought that was just with some the Evening Evergreen, and it actually turned out really nice. Again, another big piece of design, the big piece of designer series paper. Do it exactly the same way as my back piece. Oh look, that one magically got a border on the top of it. I missed telling you about that one. I used the border, the beautiful border. I can't even remember what they're called. So I took the time and I went and looked. The basic borders. That gives me that nice little edge that I've got up there. Then I've used the tailored tag punch to create all of those. You saw me doing that at the beginning. I'm probably thinking, oh, she didn't say anything about that. Well, I used the tailored tag punch, and then I also used the rectangular postage stamp one, but I never actually used the pieces from the rectangular postage one. So I just wanted to have a little bit, I like the different layers. I think that they give a visual effect. What I tried to do was line it up with the edge. See how I'm pointing to that edge there? And then I went from there to line the rest up. You've got to get that first one in the right spot before you can do any of the others. Now, I had to play, that one's in the right spot, then the rest will fall into place. That is that beautiful silver foil, it's a specialty pack in the current mini, and I've used the darkest piece. And yes, I do know that that piece that I just placed last there should have been a matte black or our basic black piece, but I did that deliberately. And I needed another piece. Now, save all those little bits. You can see all my little edges there. I saved them to make some confetti later on. Okay, so I'll just glue that piece down. And we'll keep going. And we'll bring in another layer. And I like to put fibre on just about everything. But I absolutely love the metallic mesh ribbon. Came out last year for Halloween, and well, I've just been playing with it ever since. I think I'm on to my 3rd or 4th roll, and it's quite generous. There's like 9 meters in a roll. So I had to play with that. Initially I had 3 really long pieces, so I trimmed them down, and I was just playing with where I was putting them. I didn't do this deliberately. I didn't plan this, but it just worked out this way. That when I was putting other bits back and playing, I thought, oh, that looks like a heart shape. Well, that's appropriate considering these are groomsmen from my wedding with my husband. So I ended up, happy accident, I guess you want to call it. I've just put that down with our with our seal adhesive. It sticks quite beautifully, and because I was sticking stuff over the top, it didn't matter. Now you're going to see a trick of mine. Oh, and how frugal I am. Frugal in a couple of ways. Frugal in that I've punched a lot of my shapes from the back of those mats, and also the chipboard that you're seeing me use is actually from the foils and stuff like that. It gives a nice rise to your photos. It's acid free and it's flat, and it's not puffy like the dimensionals are. They won't sag anywhere. And yeah, see that heart? How cool is that? Okay, let's move on to some embellishments. And some of these are not Stampin' Up! Embellishments, and that's okay. There's some acrylic ones, but some are. And what you'd least expect. I got the heart from the baby clothes set, and the little bow tie from Birthday Chick. So, what did my page end up looking like after I played with it and put everything in its place? Well, once I'd taken off the protective cover from just the guys, it didn't look right down the bottom, so it ended up the top. And then I've just popped all my little embellishments everywhere, and that's what I get. Thanks for watching.